You know, as a beginner, when you see any blue,
You close.
yes. And it's a very big win.
Most traders, they will sit on the charts and then they are bored and they just don't take a position.
In trading, there's always a winner and a loser. So I accepted the fact that I'm a loser, but I'm going to be able to win if I'm able to factor in some few concepts.
I would love to understand how you gold traders are coping up with the current market conditions.
This is the hot strategy that I'm actually using. It's called one shot, one kill strategy.
Awesome.
Yes.
You can't play in the casino if you have no chips.
Exactly. So whenever you trade alone, hapo ndo unapatanga losing streaks. But if you are trading as a community or you have a buddy or a mentor, it becomes now much easier. All right? And you're able to embrace now the journey.
Yeah.
You almost had me in the first half when you said you had a trading buddy.
Yes.
Hello traders, we are opening slots for mechanical trading mentorship designed to take you from emotional, inconsistent trading to a structured rule-based system. No more revenge trading, just a clear system you can trust. Now inside this mentorship, you are going to learn 1. A complete mechanical strategy. 2. How to backtest and build confidence. 3. Risk management that protects your capital. 4. How to execute like a professional trader. The mentorships cost only 30,000 Kenya shillings and you're only taking 20 students per month. All classes are online with a bonus of a physical class every Thursday, giving you the opportunity to trade with us at Westlands, Nairobi during our coffee and trades sessions. April intake is now open. If you are serious about changing your trading journey, or send us a direct message using the number pinned in the description to get started.
Hello traders and welcome back to Traders KE. This is episode 2 of season 3. And of course today we're excited to be back at the studio. We have a lot going on, especially in the market. Everything has been crazy. And now we are living in also dangerous times because we have heard about a dozen of cases to do with the Hunter virus. It's such a devastating time. But anyway, I hope everything will be okay and I hope you stay monitoring the situations because when everything is happening around the world, the markets don't stop moving. Always in studio, I'm joined with my colleague, Bonanik. Today he doesn't have his casual leather jacket.
Kopala Juma. Anyway, guys, welcome to yet another episode. As you can see, you're coming from a very good office. I'm still enjoying this ambience of
Such a nice view
of our new studio so far. And thank you for you guys tuning in. If you're coming here for the first time, feel very much welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, know that we really appreciate you. And if you have not subscribed, just take 1 minute. Make sure that you're part of this trading community. All right. So today we are joined by a guest all the way from Eldoret. He flew overnight so that he could come and share with us. All right. Therefore, we are going to be having you're going to be hearing about his journey and how he has managed to get to where he is today. And very much welcome, Mr. Benji. You can give us a brief introduction of yourself.
All right. Thank you so much for that. My name is Benji FX. I've been trading for the last 5 years now. I'm a trader, I'm a mentor, I'm a tutor, and also I'm a dad, and also I'm a father, and a husband, all right? And I'm delighted to be part of this episode, and I know it's going to be a crazy one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
so you've been with Benji since, I guess now 2 years. We've known each other for 2 years.
Exactly.
From Eldoret, just going and connecting. And, he's a very good family man, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is so interesting. At least now here we have 2 dads here.
Going to have the next one very soon. Yes.
Amazing.
That is wonderful. So Benji, a lot has been happening in the market.
Yes.
Especially now we are trading in DTS. you have to apply that a lot.
Yes.
Maybe you'll expound what that is.
All right.
Maybe would you mind telling us how so far you find trading in these current times that maybe compared to when Joe Biden was a president?
All right. Thank you for that question. I started trading back in 2020 during COVID times and era. And during that period, I was searching for something to do fast. And during that period, we had Joe Biden as the president of the US. His mode and also in our trading career back then, volatility was not that high as compared to now. So we used to have low volatility, low volumes in the market as compared to now when Donald Trump is currently in. So since then, I have loved the fact that we're having volatility. A lot of volume is being pumped in the market. And it's actually a controversial topic because there are some people who love Trump as being the president, and there's some people who hate him, all right? He's a controversial guy.
Yeah.
And for me, I love him because of one thing. He brings volume, and markets are crazy. And I love when the market moves, all right? There's a particular day on a Tuesday at around 1 p.m. He just tweeted, and the markets were flying, all right?
Yeah.
And I was in a trade of GBP/USD, and it was actually flying, and I made crazy amounts of money. I was going to take my lunch. When I'm coming back and seeing the charts, GBP/USD was over the moon, all right? And I love the fact that he can be able to bring that because it's like trading NFP on a Tuesday. It's you know, it's funny, all right? And also it's good in a way that he brings volume and a lot of movements in the market, and that's what we are interested in, movements in the market. We don't love choppy markets. We love markets that are actually moving. Yes.
Wouldn't you describe the markets currently as choppy? Because right now we have each and every day we have news that the Strait of Hormuz to now 8 a.m. is closed. 6 maybe 4 p.m. it's now open. You know, and all this, especially I was looking at the maybe oil market, which has been the most volatile in this case. Don't you think the markets are choppy? Wouldn't you say they are choppy?
All right. I will answer you with the same question that you also asked about DTS, Donald Trump strategy. And it's important, as much as you're trading any kind of strategy, be it support and resistance, be it breakout strategy, be it ICT, be it SMC, you need to apply DTS, Donald Trump strategy. And for me, yes, there's a lot of choppiness. The markets, might be dumping the markets the next minute, they are pumping, and it's all over. So what I usually apply is a very good concept, which is called time and price concept. For me, I usually apply it, all right? So I don't trade any other time. I usually trade during the London Open and the New York Open, all right? If I'm taken out, I'll step back. If I'm in and the markets move according to my analysis and goes in my favor, I make crazy amounts of profits, all right? So time and price, that factor, I usually apply it, all right? And also be able to apply the DTS, always checking tweets.
Your notification as a trader right now, when Donald Trump is on, your notifications for Truth Social and Twitter should be always on.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Because one tweet can actually disorient the market. It can disfigure the market. The market structure can be broken down. So what we usually do, we are flexible traders. We trade with whatever we see, not how we feel. If you feel that you want to buy gold today, all right, I will say we don't trade with our feelings. We trade by what we are able to see from the markets.
From absolute observation.
Exactly. Perfect. Yes.
So Benji, now starting trading in 2020, what were you doing before that, and what inspired you to actually now get into the trading space?
All right. So back then, I was a fresh graduate. In 2020, I graduated from Moi. I did Bachelor in Science in Applied Statistics with Computing, though I've never applied it, but mostly we usually deal with data. And I love the fact that trading is mostly also data related because data is presented as a graph. All right. So it has a resemblance. What I studied and also what I'm doing currently in trading, it has a resemblance in terms of data. And back then, I was just searching for something to do online. So remember, COVID times, people were laid off from work. There were no opportunities. So the only thing people were doing was just to sit back at home. And because I had a laptop, I had a phone, and I had a internet connection, a very good one. So I was just looking for something to do. So before I got into trading, I was introduced in crypto, and I was doing a little bit of crypto. Back then, crypto was shining, right? BTC, Ethereum, Trons, etc., all of them. Now I got into trading by doing what you call auto trading in Binance, all right? And that's how I was able to get into trading. That's how I was introduced to this amazing application called MT5. I didn't know how to use it. So what I did, I was just looking for something to do, and I found out that in trading, you can actually make money in two ways. In crypto, it's only one way, all right? If back then, if the crypto appreciates, that's the way they're going to be able to make money. But in trading, we make money in two ways. If the instrument you're trading goes up, we buy.
Yes,
If it goes down,
You sell.
so that's actually triggered me into switching from crypto now to trading.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's how I was able to get into trading.
Okay.
Yes, through a friend.
So how was the start? Did you have a mentor? Did you have a community?
All right. Good question. So when I started out, just like any other YouTube videos, I didn't even know how to configure an account in trading back then, and I started learning from YouTube. And back then in 2020, I was just learning, and I was in demo accounts. Then I switched from demo. Now I started funding. And the first deposit I did was a $20 deposit. That was my first deposit. And after I deposited $20, the first trade I took was a win. And I was able to make around $5. And, as a beginner, when you see any blue,
You close.
And it's a very big win. All right. So I decided to close, and I decided now to fund a serious amount of money because I saw blue. So I saw this is the gateway to financial freedom.
The 5.
I withdrew so that I can be able to confirm if is this money
Withdrawable.
Yes,
Can it hit the M-Pesa?
exactly. So I was able to withdraw. Then I decided now to fund a huge amount of money. It was around $1,000. The $1,000 because of lack
Straight off campus.
straight out of campus. I was doing business back then in campus, so I had some little bit of savings. All right, so I deposited $1,000, and I said, "This is now the gateway to my financial freedom." So if I deposited 20 and I made $5, how about $1,000?
Ferrari, here I come.
Eh?
And where are
Here
you
I come.
getting this capital bond? $1,000, and this is like your second deposit.
So as I said, I used to do business back in campus.
Yes.
So I had some savings. All right. Yes, I had some savings, so I deposited. Actually, deposited almost half of my savings. I can say so.
Yes.
And after I deposited that $1,000, actually I blew it in 2 weeks. All right, because of lack of structure, lack of proper guidance, lack of having a mentor. Fast forward, I was able to lose almost 600,000 in that year. In now from 2020 to 2021. Cumulatively, if I can be able to count, 600,000 Kenya shillings now. All right. And I didn't lose hope.
Why did you not lose hope? That's more than $500,000 but for Kenyans. That is in 2020.
Exactly.
Imagine
2020, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Exactly.
And you remember 2020 was during COVID time, so it was a very tough time.
Yes. Then you're losing all that kind of money. What kept you going?
I believed in one thing. And there's someone who told me, in trading, there's always a winner and a loser. So I accepted the fact that I'm a loser, but I'm going to be able to win if I'm able to factor in some few concepts. So that's when I came to Nairobi to look for a mentor. And he asked me for 150,000. All right? For mentorship. I camped for 2 months, and that's when I knew my mistakes. And that's why I usually tell people, please always look for a mentor and always look for a trading community, an active one. All right? It will help you in a very big way. So fast forward, after now the mentorship and everything, I deposited again $1,000, and I was able now to grow it bit by bit. I was able to recover the amount I lost in 2022.
2022. So this is how many years down? 2 years down.
2 years, I was able to recover that amount of money through the profits I was able to make. I got into Pro Farms live accounts. I've traded with several brokers, and my journey is good because in 2023 I was able to make my first million through trading. All right, and I was happy, and that's when I understood that in trading there is a winner and a loser, and my losing streak was over. Now I'm getting into my winning season.
Yeah.
All right, and since then I've been able to achieve a lot in trading. Yes.
So maybe straightforward, as you said.
Yes.
I must. It has maybe been a tough journey coming up. Yeah. I wanted to say must imagine.
All right.
I must imagine it has been a tough journey coming up through the 5 years. Maybe after even finding profitability, there are challenges that you still face up to now.
Yes.
Would you like to talk about those challenges and how maybe you are consistently able to handle them?
All right. So the biggest actually issue I usually have it's emotions, and this is something I usually tell even my team. I can be able to teach you to become a trader, or I can teach you how to trade, but I cannot be able to teach you to become a good trader. There's a difference for when I teach you trading
Yes.
and becoming a good trader. And becoming a good trader is emotions. And us as mentors, even Nick, he will, even you will also agree with me that emotions they usually affect us, even up to today. All right, emotions.
Where there is money, there is emotions.
Yes, very true. And emotions with FOMO, all right, fear of missing out. We have probably early entries, also breaking your own rules. All right, you know you're supposed to trade at this particular time, but you see a very beautiful setup and you get in early and you're taken out. So sometimes we also face those challenges, and there's a new challenge that I had, which is what we usually call traders excitement. People love getting into trades and seeing the blues and the reds in the market, So there are traders who have that kind of excitement. They're not patient enough. So whenever they see gold is buying, they jump in.
Gosh, yes.
All right. Whenever they see gold is selling, they already jump in.
Especially on TikTok.
Exactly. Yes. So emotions is one of the biggest factor that usually affect, and how I'm able to handle those emotions is simple. Just have what we usually call a good trading strategy, and also having a plan, and also having a routine. It's very important. All right. Usually say if you're a day trader or an intraday trader, make sure you have a morning routine. What time do you wake up? What do you do before you get into your trades and switch on your laptop? When you get in and you switch on your laptop, what are you doing? Okay, do you check fundamentals, or you go directly to checking on gold? Where is gold trading at? Imefika 5,000, all right? So you need to have a morning routine. And if you're a swing trader, you need to have an evening routine where you're able to check how the market is actually trending and how it's going. All right. So routine is very important, especially the morning, because most of us usually intraday and day traders. It's very good to have a morning routine. Okay. And you need to learn and have a system whereby you need to know what time do you wake up, and also have it every single day. If it's 6:30, it's 6:30 every day. You need to have discipline. All right. Number 2, after you wake up, what do you do? Okay. You can have some small exercise. You can meditate. You can pray. Then switch on your laptop. Then check whatever the market actually is doing. Check fundamentals. Check DTS, right? Donald Trump strategy, and also be able to check where the market is, and also now start marking your key zones. And now the biggest issue is patience. Now, after doing all that, patience, patience.
And now talking of patience, that routine is really good. But now the problems comes there. You have done everything, you have analyzed, and now you are waiting for prices to come to your zone. So you get most traders, they will sit on the charts and then they are bored and they just don't take a position.
Yes.
How can you advise traders? Like what can you be doing between this time you have done analysis and now execution time?
All right.
Especially for you, how do you handle? What do you do during that time of the day?
During that time, I can decide to do some few errands in town. All right, because as much as we are traders, we usually have errands. And remember, I'm a dad.
Yes.
I have errands, so I can be able to do some errands, right? Or I can take the car, drive somewhere peaceful, enjoy nature, right? Because after marking those zones, I usually set alerts. So the alerts are going to notify me on my laptop, if I don't have it, on my phone, and also on my smartwatch. So it's going to alert me, all right? The markets, they have reached at a particular price zone. So I'm supposed now to come to check the markets, wait for confirmations also, then get in, all right?
Yeah.
You can also decide if you're at home, just get into TikTok. Okay, watch TikTok, have fun, all right? Watch an episode on a podcast. That's another thing that I usually do. Okay, it's very important to listen to podcasts, especially this podcast,
Yes.
all right, and this YouTube channel. It's very important also to be able to listen to traders, what they are doing, how they are growing, and also their experiences. It's very important to be able to do so. So also podcasts are something I usually do most of the time, and it helps me, especially in my mental growth,
Yeah.
and also in my career as a trader. Yes.
So now let's talk about. But this guy is called the gold doctor. He's the gold doctor.
Exactly.
So Benji, when it comes to strategies, most traders struggle with their strategies.
Yes.
And once you don't have a system that you're working with, then getting consistent results is something that you cannot get as a trader.
Yes.
So what do you trade? How do you trade?
All right. I usually have 3 trading strategies. All right. And how I approach the markets. First, I will start by saying I trade, I'm the gold doctor.
Yeah.
All right. We were able to dissect and execute an NFP. It was in March in Eldoret. We were able to buy. And
I saw the
Eldoret,
video, yeah.
Eldoret traders were very happy. And today we're also having NFP. All right. So I usually have 3 strategies on how I approach the markets. I trade gold, I trade majors, GU, and also AU.
Yeah.
I also trade the indices, NASDAQ, US 30, and also S&P 500. And what else? And also sometimes the JPY. If I see there is no setup on those old pairs, I also check the JPYs once in a while. So how I usually approach the market is using 3 strategies. I'll start with the first one. It's called the Asian trading strategy. We usually apply it on GU and EU, right? So it's the Asian high, Asian low. I know you know it, and also you know
Now
it.
explain to them. They don't know it.
They don't know it. All right. So the Asian high, the
There
Asian
is
low.
a Karen Nyamo somewhere.
All right. All right. So the Asian high or Asian low trading strategy is a very simple strategy whereby I usually wait for the market to take out the Asian high. Then we target the Asian low, but also we use supply and demand in Asian high and Asian low. All right. If I had a laptop, I could have explained quite better. Yeah. Then the second strategy that I use, it's called the pullback strategy. I also apply it in gold trading and also in majors. All right, whereby if the market has given us an impulsive move and we are waiting it at a key demand area. So there's some things that happen at the top. Whenever the market creates what we call a swing failure high, I wait for the market. Now, we usually say the market has 4 phases. The first phase is the consolidation.
Yeah.
The market then gives us an impulsive move.
Expansion.
If that expansion move, you didn't catch it.
Yes.
Now you're waiting for the market at the demand area.
Yes.
What do? Do you wait for the market to retrace all the way to your demand, then catch the continuation? Or do you get in
For the reversal.
for the reversal? So for me, what I usually do, that's what you call the pullback entry.
Oh.
So I usually get in at the pullback. If I make the money, and remember pullbacks are usually very, very slow. All right? So you have to be patient.
And very risky.
And very risky because we usually say pullbacks are not guaranteed.
Yes.
Because remember the
trend
market,
is guaranteed.
yes, the trend is bullish.
Yes.
All right? For a bullish market. Now you're getting into what we usually call a counter trend. All right? So it's very risky. So you need to apply proper risk management and have at least a slightly higher SL region to give the market room. So I usually get in. All right? Whatever I make on that pullback entry is what I risk on the continuational move if I am comfortable and also confident that this demand zone is going to hold. So that's what I usually do. So I risk whatever I have made on the pullback. Because at first, if I didn't get into the pullback, definitely I couldn't have made that money. So for example, if I make, let's say $100 and the pullback entry, then I risk the entire 100 on the continuational moves as a buys. All right. So with this, it's going to give me what you call a cushion and a buffer to be able to get in. And remember, if you risk $100 for probably a 1 to 6 hour, make some good amount of money. That's around $600. Okay, in one trade. That's beautiful. All right. So that's the second strategy, and then the third strategy. This is the hot strategy that I'm actually using. It's called one shot, one kill strategy.
Awesome.
Yes. All right.
One shot, one kill.
One shot, one kill. And
There is someone else you should meet. Also, they use that strategy.
Amazing. So one shot, one kill strategy. But now these I usually apply lots and lots of crazy and also a lot of confluences. All right. And it's actually much similar to whatever you do. All right. I usually call it that way. I'm not sure if the other guy uses the same, but for mine, I usually use around 5 criterias. Market structure.
Yes.
That's one. Is the same?
Yeah.
We do it too.
All right. Number 2, after market structure is imbalances.
Yes.
3 is liquidity.
Liquidity.
4, supply and demand. 5, time and price factor.
Time and price.
Yes. So you have to factor in all those 5. And I decided to call it the one shot, one kill. And this is the continuational move that I usually apply in the markets. And I usually use it, especially on the indices, the NASDAQ. Me and my team usually use it at 4:30 p.m.
Yes.
All right. And also GU, and also gold trading. That's like gold, it performs quite well. Yes.
I would love to understand how you gold traders are coping up with the current market conditions, because when gold hit 5,600, that was on, I think, January 28th of this year. We have had a slight pullback. And after that, we have seen wars that we expected maybe would have accelerated gold to higher than 5,600. Because again, towards the end of last year, we had projections like gold would go maybe to 6,000, 7,000. But as it is trading now, we are seeing it in a consolidation after the pullback has happened. So how exactly are you coping up with the current price action?
Yes. So I'll start by saying, if you're trading at these current times and you have not blown your account, congratulations, you're a good trader. But kama umeblow ni market conditions, all right? And the fact that you're trading during these times, it's actually very tricky situation currently when we are trading during these times of war, the issue of Strait of Hormuz, Donald Trump tweets and everything else. So it's a bit risky. But, we usually say whenever the market is risky, if you position yourself in a very good way, you can be able to make good amount of money than you even expected, all right? And we were expecting gold actually to pump. And I was even telling my team we're expecting gold actually to pump, but the market did the opposite. All right. So how I came to understand what the issue with the war is happening is one, whenever we usually have war, and it's the issue with oil. Whenever oil is affected, it means inflation is going to go high. Whenever inflation is going to go high, definitely people are not going to be able to have money in their pockets, all right? Most of the people. Now, how are you going to be able to buy gold when people don't have money? Okay, in their pockets. Let's say like real gold, all right? We're not talking now about trading, all right? Now, whenever oil is affected, everything goes up. Even currently, we are having memes, kinunua tomato 10, you're a millionaire,
Yes.
all right? So the inflation, the war has even caught us here in Kenya. Okay, and it's how that is happening in the Middle East between Iran, Israel, and also US. Yesterday, we heard that there are some ships that were
Attacked.
They were attacked. All right, and the fact that the Strait of Hormuz, you need to understand also the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is a channel that actually we have over 20% of oil passing through that channel. 20% of global oil. Whenever that channel is actually interfered with, it means that now oil is not going to be able to pass and also be able to get delivered. Yeah. Now, it turns into issues with inflation, all right? So as I said, gold didn't buy as we expected. So it dumped, all right? Yeah. I didn't get into the sales actually, okay? I waited patiently for the market I was actually watching the markets. What is this market doing? And it actually dumped crazily. I over 3,000, 4,000 pips down.
Yeah.
All right. And people were able to catch those moves. All right. But I decided I won't move with how the market is actually moving. I usually say whenever you trade with candlesticks, I usually say that don't trade like a mad dog. Right? A mad dog is someone who sees the market's pumping and you just jump in. All right? Without any strategy. You see red candles, a mad dog, you jump into the sales.
It's selling.
Yeah, okay? It's selling, all right? So you need to have a structure. So I decided to step away from the charts and wait for the market to give me some good, clear indication of what is really the market doing. So I went into deep research, deep study of what that is actually happening. And when the US actually intervened, we were able to see the dollar was able to pump.
Yeah.
Okay, it gained, all right, when now US intervened, all right, and from there, definitely gold was able to sell, all right. They usually have a correlation between the dollar and gold. And what I told my team and community is, number one, we have to wait for the market to give us a good, clear indication, all right, of what the market is actually doing. I usually say one thing: whenever you see the market is pumping, there's going to be a very big surge, a drop to the downside, all right? And that's what we usually call market manipulation. Yeah. Sometimes the SMC usually in play. Smart money, the market movers, okay? They take out all the late buyers, all right? Especially usually say if you get into a trade in the on a buy on any particular pair on the premium side, you're going to definitely be taken out, especially if you want to swing on the premium sides, all right?
Usually become a liquidity provider.
Exactly. Become a liquidity provider, and you're going to provide your capital to someone else who is aware of whatever the market is actually doing, all right? Because in the markets, we usually have winners and also losers. So from there, we have been able to see that gold has been gaining, all right, because it actually dumped crazily, and we have been in the buys, and I'm still holding the buys, and I'm still expecting that gold will deliver quite well, and the buyers are going to be happy. And we're expecting also the gold to buy. After now the war is over, everything is going to be calm, and we're going to be able to see actually gold pumping quite well. So I was able to just step away from the charts and wait for clear market indications if it wants to sell and sell deeper, or it's a market manipulation, and probably we are now going straight all the way up.
You did say maybe you're expecting wars to end,
Yes.
and maybe my mind did something else.
Yes.
Because now I did mention even the Hunter virus before everything. Don't you think that this virus somewhat is going to affect the markets like maybe COVID did? So
Yes.
are you looking at another possibility of that?
There might be that possibility also. And the fact that we are trading, actually trading is one of the best careers we usually ever have, because during COVID time, actually trading made most of the traders become millionaires during that period. So if you're able to trade during that time, it was actually a profitable days, because remember, we were working online, okay, through our phones and laptops. So if you had the knowledge and the skill and the expertise to be able to get in, and also the capital, you could have made lots and crazy amounts of money. So this time, yes, we're having that issue, and it's a biological issue, right? And I don't want to get into details on that, but what I can say is it's going to affect the markets, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
That is expected.
All right, that is expected. And what we usually do as traders, we usually take advantage of these economic situations and also geopolitical issues. All right, our work as traders is just to monitor. Just check whatever the world is doing actually.
Yes.
Monitor
The situation.
and also be ready.
Yeah.
Be ready. Have those accounts funded. Be ready, because we take advantage of those economic issues and also geopolitical issues, and we position ourselves and we make our money from there. All right. So
You can't play in the casino if you have no chips.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Exactly. So that's what we usually do. So our work is just to be ready. Ready.
Now let's get into a very sensitive topic. Every trader, most traders here are losing money. And actually, even from the statistics, from the brokers, for example, HFM, one of the best brokers.
Sure.
If you're not using HFM, by the way, use the link down there. Sign up an account. Make sure that you are part of our trading community. Now, from, for example, a broker like HFM, down there, you see they write 75% of retail traders lose money trading CFDs. So even most of our audience, I'm positive most of them are losing money. So now when it comes to losses and handling losses, because you do experience losses, how do you handle your losses?
Good question. Good question. Actually, it's written 75 to 95% of traders
95, yes.
yeah, lose money. And another crazy statistics I will add on that is only 2 to 3% of global traders make money from the financial markets. The rest are,
2 to 3%.
yes, the rest are liquidity
Providers.
providers. All right? They are crazy statistics, and those numbers actually tell us one thing that to get into the profitable edge requires a lot. All right? It requires a lot. And how I usually handle my losses, because I'm a trader and I also have my own personal losses, I usually maintain one thing that if I'm on a loss, let's say, for example, if I get into a trade, let's say, for example, because I trade during London and New York. So I usually have around 3 trades in a day. So the first one is going to be during London, then the second one is going to be during New York. All right. So if I get a loss during London, I will wait for the market to give me a clear indication during New York, and I'll get in during the New York session, and I'll be able to trade and also be able to make my own money. But if I lose also, I will be comfortable, close my laptop, drive my car to somewhere. Therapy, it's very important because if you don't get away from your laptop whenever you have losses, you're going to get yourself into what we usually call revenge trading. And revenge trading is one of the deadliest diseases you can ever have because it can wipe away your account or probably profits you've had for the last 3, 6 months, 1 year. All right. So it's very important to be able to minimize the losses. All right. Make sure you have minimum losses because if you check my P&L, I also have reds in my account. All right. But if you check the overall P&Ls, all right, I'm in blues. All right. And week on week, I usually try to make at least around 5 to 10% of my account. All right. 5 to 10%. That's what I usually target every single week on week. Now, this is not monthly, week on week.
Yeah.
All right. Like this week, I was able to trade was it on Wednesday?
Yeah.
You saw it? Yes. It was a gold trade. And because I also do account management and also copy trading, my investors were very happy and they were able to make some good, crazy amounts of money also from the markets. And since then, I've not taken any trade. Yesterday, I didn't take any trade. Today, I'm planning to get into NFP. Yeah. All right. So whenever I get into a profitable, especially if I make good amount of money, I usually don't rush to get into the markets again. So I usually take my time because there's something that we usually say, we become over-excited, now overconfident.
Yeah.
All right?
And you become reckless because
yes,
you have money.
Because you have money. Yeah. And that overconfidence, and when you become reckless, it will actually make you to also provide the same profits you made.
Yes.
You bring them back to the market. So I usually hold, all right, a little bit because I want actually to maintain that profitability curve week on week. So it's very important to be able to do so.
And do you experience losing streaks?
Yes, I experience losing streaks. Actually, there's a time, but this is back then, not now. Back then during 2022, 2023, because I used to have lots and lots numbers of trades per day. I used to trade over 20 trades in a day. And whenever you do so, you're going to have losing streaks. Monday, Kiboko. Tuesday, Kiboko. Wednesday, again, another loss. Okay? So whenever you do so, you tend, number one, you can be able to blow your account. And now this gets into your head. All right? And trading actually reveals who you are. And if you feel that you're a loser, because most people actually quit trading because they are fighting with their ego. Yes. All right? You tell yourself, I'm the best trader I can ever be. All right? When you get into the trades, the market hits you. Then you say that now trading is not my way. All right? Trading is not for me. Trading is actually for this and these people. All right? But actually trading involves a lot. Okay? So whenever I get into losing streaks, that was back then. All right? I used to fund my account again and again. All right? But losing streaks actually, we usually say, that's part of the game. That's your school fees. You're paying your school fees. Okay? And you need to check what error are you doing. Yeah. Okay? Because whenever you get into it might be strategy. It might be emotions. All right? It might be the time factor. When are you getting into the markets? all right? So it's important we be able to do so. But at the end of the day, it's very important to check all those factors and also have a mentor, all right? I used to have a buddy, trading buddy. I used to go to him and we used to actually share our thoughts and ideas. And I tell him, by the way, I am on a losing streak, all right? He will comfort me, all right? And he will tell me, don't worry. Sasa, I want us to get into another buy. He will uplift you, he will give you the courage, and you're going to jump in. So whenever you trade alone, hapo ndo unapatanga losing streaks. But if you are trading as a community or you have a buddy or a mentor, it becomes now much easier, all right? And you're able to embrace now the journey. Yeah.
You almost had me in the first half when you said you had a trading buddy.
Yes.
One Seneca said that men learn as they teach, yeah?
Yes.
And you are one person with a very big community and they really believe in you.
Yes.
Would you mind maybe telling us how maybe having a community of your own has helped you on a personal level?
All right.
Yeah.
And how did you even start the community?
All right. Good question. Now, when I got into the profitable age back now in 2023, now people saw success and people are very smart actually, all right? They will be able to see success in you. They will see some little bit of changes, all right? And they'll be able to know that this someone he's doing 1, 2, 3 things, all right? And back then, as I usually tell beginners, don't tell people that you're trading. Because during that time is when you're fighting a lot. You're fighting to fund your account. You're fighting relationships. You're fighting dad, mom. They want you to do something else, all right? So you're fighting a lot of battles. So don't tell people that you're trading. So whenever I tell people that, it makes sense, a lot of sense. Because if you tell people that you're trading, they will tell you one thing, ni pesa tano hapo. And when you are a trader, but you're in the losing, all right? You don't have anything to give them. So I usually tell people, don't tell people that you're trading when you're starting. But when now you start to make some money, now you can be able to tell people that you're actually doing what? Trading. Now people started noticing my success from the gadgets I was using, all right? To the house that I was actually moving to. So people, they'll start seeing the success in you, all right? And for me, I used to trade at my place, at my home. And I used to take or to go out in the evenings. So during the day and at night, I'm at home. Evenings, I get out, all right? Over the weekends, they see all over. I'm in Nakuru, Nairobi, Mombasa, or anywhere else, all right? And I'm having a good time over the weekends, all right? Because over the weekends, the market they're usually closed, all right? So now people started approaching me and telling me, what are you doing, by the way? And I used to tell them, I'm doing trading. And they ask you, what is trading? All right? Then I tell them, trading is where you can be able to buy and sell currencies to make a pro. How can you be able to do so? Hii kitu si scam. Is it a scam or is it valid?
E-forex.
Yes.
E-forex.
E-forex. Uko sure si Illuminati, you know. So lots and lots of things that come up. But now, after now, people started approaching me. 3, the numbers became bigger, 10, 20. Now, I decided now to open my company, Sasaya Trading. It's called Capital Market Trading Hub Academy.
Yeah.
And I have a structure on how I mentor people, especially beginners and also intermediates. And I usually take them through a process of classes, beginner classes, beginner-friendly classes, whereby I'm able to explain to them Forex in a way that they can be able to understand, okay? And how I teach Forex is actually very simple. So I be able to get them to understand Forex in a much more simpler way, and I have a structure. And the good thing you said is because when you start now teaching people, all right, it becomes now interesting. So I have a book, I've written a book about trading. They usually say if you write something on paper, okay, and especially what you're doing, definitely it's going to stick in your head. And whenever you teach anything, definitely you're going to be able to understand it even much, much more better. Yeah. So for me, because I'm a mentor and also I'm a tutor, it has been able to assist me in understanding Forex in a much better way, because when I was beginning, I started by looking at the candlesticks. I didn't even know what is Forex. Okay, mtu angeniuliza what is Forex? Definition, I don't know, but I know how to buy and sell. All right? So I wrote a book, beginner. Right now I'm writing a book. Another one, it's for the intermediates, all right? how to be able to have a structure, my trading strategies, fundamentals, and all those. So it has been amazing because now people now started now coming and approaching me. So I have a structure on how I'm able to mentor. And I've mentored over 500 students here in Kenya and also internationally, right, since 2023. And that structure has really helped me on a way that I can take you from position A as a beginner all the way to position Z as now becoming an intermediate, all right? Yes, so it has really helped me.
And now you dealing with this community, there is a concern.
Yes,
It's a question we even asked the previous guest, Ken.
yes.
Do you think now trading can be done by anyone from how you have handled different people?
All right.
Is it for everyone?
I think that's a very controversial question. It's a big one, all right? And what I think and I believe is trading is not for everyone, all right? Because with trading, people usually come with one aim, to make money, all right? And whenever you come with that aim to make money,
Yeah.
you're going to become the liquidity provider for the markets, all right? And trading requires a lot. Now, people are not very disciplined enough to be able to walk through that path. They want to make profits. They think that when you come to trading, it's a quick scheme, all right? And if you're not really patient enough, if you're not disciplined enough, definitely you're going to quit and you're going to tell yourself that trading is not for me. So I think trading, for me, it's for the chosen few, all right? But you really need to have a lot of discipline, emotional, mental discipline to be able to take you through from the losing streak to the profitability streak. Because I usually say, kuna kwanga na phases. We usually have phases in the markets, all right? The first phase usually say is when you start depositing some $10, $20, all right? And as normal Kenyans and as a normal human being, okay, you cannot get into the markets with both feet, okay? You cannot get into the markets by depositing a lot. So you'll start funding some small amount of money. From there, two things can happen. Either you can quit very fast because you're losing, or you can decide to remain disciplined, especially if you see some little bit of profits. From there, you usually have a lot of losses in the markets, and that's one key area where people actually can be able to decide to quit or decide to continue. When you get out from that particular position and you go to the next level, now this is when now you start funding around $500, $1,000. Now trading becomes much more clearer. You're able to understand how the market moves. You're able even to apply risk management sasa, because with a $10, $20 account, risk management, it can't work. It's not applicable, all right? So that's the second phase where people now start seeing some profits, okay? Able to see a $50 profit, $100 profit, all right? Then when you grow from that phase is usually one of the most beautiful phases. Now the most important phase now, the third phase now, is when you fund or when you get into a capital where you have around, let's say $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. That's the best phase where people actually have. And that's the phase that I am currently, whereby I'm able to risk, let's say in a trade, $100, and I make around $500, $600, even $1,000, okay? And if I hold a trade, let's say for gold, and I make around $2,000, $3,000, that's a good amount of money, all right? And because we trade volatile pairs, definitely with a good capital, you can make huge, crazy amounts of money. So it's very important we understand these phases. And also we assist, especially beginners. That first phase, I usually tell my community and students, it's important to appreciate trading at that particular time. Embrace the journey. It's going to be hard, but because I'm there, I'm going to be able to assist them walk through that path step by step.
We did talk about emotions early on, but now I want you to touch a bit on psychology, because psychology is one of the biggest factor. In fact, I remember when I was reading some books during my earlier days, it used to say that trading is 80% psychology.
It's true.
And now the 20% is the technical and the whatnot. Please talk about a little about the psychology part in trading.
Very true. Actually, trading is 80% psychology, then the rest is all about strategy. Now, but before we get into psychology, we really need to handle strategy.
Yes.
All right. So before you even get into trading, let's handle strategy. You need to have a strategy that actually how you approach the market. Your strategy is your edge. Okay. Remember, in trading, we have a turnover of around $7.7 trillion per day.
Per day.
All right. But currently, I'm so sure the markets may increase. The volume, it has increased. That was back in 2025. Probably we're trading around probably $8 trillion, $9 trillion per day.
Per day.
All right. And what I usually say, if that is a turnover in a day, we only need around 0.000001%. Okay, from that turnover. But before you get even that percentage, you need to have an edge. Your edge is your trading strategy. So you need to have defined a trading strategy. You need to have a plan, all right, on how you approach the market. Once you have that, now let's switch Sasaku to psychology. When I usually say psychology is one of the biggest issues that you usually have in trading because remember, I also have a community and I can also share a setup. If I share a setup, out of 10 people, around 2 to 3 can make profits. The rest won't. Why? Psychology.
Yet it was a winning trade.
Yet it was a A plus trade. Okay. But now people are not going to be able to make money from that. So psychology actually dwells a lot because now it shows, actually we usually say trading actually shows who you are. All right. Are you a gambler? Okay. Are you the person who, when you lose, you can actually damage your laptop? I usually see people that way, right?
Yes.
Are you someone who can be able to be patient enough? Are you patient? Actually, trading reveals who you are, right? And because trading is a business, you need to be able to become an entrepreneur. You need to have those disciplines. You need to have capital. You need to have patience in the markets, right? You need to be able to become disciplined as a trader. And one challenge we usually say is in psychology is about fear, right? When I started out, my first trade, I was actually, my hands were very sweaty and I didn't want to take that trade. Actually, I didn't take it, my first trade. So the person who we were with, he was the one who hit it for me and it was a winning trade, all right? And it dwells also with fear, all right? Yes. But those things usually, it's a process, okay? And once you have that mental capacity to be able to get into trades, it actually makes you become a very good trader, all right? Because with an A+ setup and a bad psychology, you won't make money. You won't. But if you have a very good psychology and mindset, and you have a B+ setup, not an A, you are going to make money.
Yeah.
All right? So psychology dwells in so many aspects, and I will say that is the number one thing that we usually need to have, and it all revolves around with your routine, how you approach the market, your edge, and issues with also, sometimes because we usually say whenever we get into losing streaks, it affects us. And whenever you get into the markets now after losing, now you are now trading with your emotions. Okay? And whenever you trade with your emotions, and whenever you trade by checking your P&L, all right? Every time you're just checking the P&L, less $20, less $30, less $40. Have a stop loss, apply risk management, because the most important thing with emotions is all dwells with the risk management. Because I usually teach a concept that is called risk management and psychology. These two things, they're intertwined. If you have a proper risk management, that won't affect your psychology. Whenever you get into a trade and you're already sweating or you're uneasy, number one, it's because you have decided to you have broken your rules, all right? And breaking your rules revolves around, number one, also lot size. You probably have applied a very big lot size. Now you are shaking. Whenever you get into a trade and you are shaking, please close that trade. It is going to affect you. And the number one thing that we really need to understand is protecting our mindset. That mind of yours, you need to protect it as a trader because it can affect you. Remember, I have a son. And whenever I get into trades, what I usually do, I go and play with my son. Nimeingia trade. And I have applied risk management. Make I sell na TP. I go and play with my son. Then I come back after an hour or two. Then I check whatever has happened. All right? And most of the time that assists me in a way that if you're in a trade and you keep on checking on it, it will affect you. Because now you're seeing your P&Ls moving up and down, okay? Each and every candle will scare you.
Going to bring emotions.
Okay? And it's going to bring a lot of emotions. So when you get into a trade, there's a good concept usually say, set and forget. Get into a trade, forget about it. As long as you have applied what? Proper risk management. All right. And number one, another thing that I usually say is I usually find traders or see traders, they get into a trade, they have a TP, but they don't have a stop loss. All right. So that shows me or tells me one thing, that you're really interested in making money. And in trading is all about risk. When you have controlled risk, you can be able to make money. And I usually tell people, now switch your mindset. Don't see the aim to make the money. Control your risk. Have a stop loss and forget the TP. That is much better. You're going to have a controlled risk because in trading, it's not about the profits, okay? And also another thing that people usually have a lot of emotions and also psychological issues is because of screenshots and also social media pressure, all right? You're going to be able to wake up in the morning, probably around 6:37. There are people who woke up earlier than you during the Asian session and they chopped the market, all right? And they've already posted their screenshot on WhatsApp. And you see that screenshot and you tell yourself now, hey, this goal has really bought. Now let me get in. And you have not actually even checked the markets, your key levels, you have not marked them. So you decide to break your rules. And whenever you get into those trades, definitely they're going to take you out because of what? Pressure. All right. So let not social media actually pressure you. People are actually running their own races. Don't compete with others. Okay. This market is going to be here forever, but your capital won't. Okay. So it's important we have controlled risk and also protect and preserve our capital because the markets are going to be there, but our capital won't, especially if you get into those trades that actually when you break your rules. Right? So it's important to be able to protect that. Yes, so psychology is one of the biggest issue. We need to protect our minds as traders, especially because I'm a mentor. And I usually hear stories that a guy wamekosana na mrembo because of trading, or probably because I'm the mentor. Now, I had an issue whereby a lady, I'm mentoring that lady, alikuwa amenipin kwa WhatsApp. Now, it became a very big issue with the husband. All right. And trading actually, it has a lot of stories. All right. And for me, I'm married and I'm not interested in any girls whatsoever. So I'm just a mentor and I'm helping people to make money. Yes. And men actually out there, please allow your wives and your ladies to be able to do trading. All right. They're going to make money, but there are people who are usually afraid, especially men, usually afraid that their wives are going to make money more than them.
Going to be taught Forex.
Yes.
or maybe even the other way around, because yesterday I actually met a lady.
Yes.
She's married as well, and she was trading the derivatives on Deriv or something. And between 2024 to 2025, up to maybe somewhere November, she had lost around 8 to 10 million. So, it's quite a tricky part. And
yes.
Maybe for someone like that, I was thinking, what is the best way you would advise her? Maybe because she knows that there is the money part, and she knows that her mistakes, because she was talking about how impatient she was, how greedy she was. She could make money and return back the money until it got to some point now that it affected her leading her into something like depression. What could you maybe advise someone like that who has lost an immense amount of money in trading?
All right. For someone who has lost a lot of money, that was your school fees in trading, but
10 million.
That is a lot of money actually. But I usually wonder how you can be able to lose 10 million or 8 million. I usually hear those stories. How the hell do you lose that money? You unafika 500k, you continue 1 million, 2 million. You really need to check, because we usually say you cannot expect a change if you keep on doing things the same way. So you need to change. Before ufike kwa 5 million loss, you really need to check how you're trading, because that tells me one thing, that this person is trading the same way, the same style. So you need to change how you approach the market, the pairs that you're trading, the person that you're actually talking to, if it's a mentor or if it's your buddy, all right? So most of the time you're going to get that this person was trading the same style, all right? Probably didn't even have a mentor. Probably he or she was over-leveraging using big lot size, all right? And we really need to come back. That's why we usually say journaling is very important. Okay, journaling, all right? Because if you're able to journal week on week and you see your profitable or your losses are actually going down and down and down, sit back, take some time, breathe, take even a 2 weeks break. And this 2 weeks break, it's not a break from trading, it's a break of live trading. Get into demo trading for a while and check what is the issue that you're doing, okay? Once you get into demo trading and you're still having losses, now change your way of approaching the markets. Then once the demo now starts building, you start building some profits back to back. Now go back to your live account and apply whatever you are doing, and you apply it in the markets, okay? Because it really tells me, it really tells me a lot about that person, because they were really interested in making millions. All right. And usually say in the markets, you don't expect to make millions if you don't lose millions. So as much as she has lost millions, I'm so sure she's going to come back bigger, stronger, and she's going to be able to recover that amount if she can be able to change how she approach the markets.
I really hope she does, but she put a stop to it.
She will come back, definitely. Trading is very... It's
once in the maze.
Yes, trading actually is one contagious disease.
Yeah.
Once you start it, it's very difficult actually to get away of it. Yes.
Sometimes starting trading with money is a problem. I get guys coming to my DM, I don't have money to trade. Sometimes I tell them, thank God you don't have the money. If you had the money, you would have lost all the money. Eh?
Sure.
Now, lastly, Benji, how do you balance trading and family?
Very good question. That has been one of my biggest issue lately, because you find that I usually have morning meetings, evening meetings, during the day calls, back-to-back physical classes. I usually have one hell of a schedule in a day, all right? And actually balancing it has become one of my biggest challenges, because I need to balance being a family man and also being a trader. It's very challenging. But what I usually do mostly is I create time for them. If it's family time, it's family time, not checking on the charts. If it's trading time and business, I mean it's business, all right? And it's very important to have a schedule, okay? So I really went down and checked on my schedule. So currently I usually wake up very early, all right? Check on the markets. And so far I have graduated from intraday trader to becoming a swing trader slowly. And whenever you become a swing trader, you turn from being a trader to an investor, because your work is going to be simple. Just checking what?
Your portfolio.
Monitoring.
Your portfolio, and just monitoring. And when you monitor, it means you have more time for who? For family.
For family.
And less time for chat or probably trading. So that has really assisted me. Now I have much more time with my family, and also, and usually see, I usually take care of them so well. And it just dwells in your schedule, okay? And also priorities. It's very important. But when you are starting, you're going to put a lot of energy in trading. And that's where the issue comes in. Okay, but when you grow slowly and your family understands that you're in your growth process, it's going to be much more easier. Okay, because I had an issue that a guy was waking up early in the morning to trade during the Asian session. I've started actually an Asian session, 3 a.m. gold trading strategy, where we wake up at 3 a.m. We trade from 3 to around 6. Okay, that's what we usually call gold trading, Asian session trading strategy. And this guy wakes up very early. It has become a bother now to the wife, okay? And they have less time. But the guy is really interested in making more money so that he can be able to provide for who?
For the family.
For the family, all right? So it's important also family to understand the journey where you are, okay? And they appreciate that, and give them some time and room also to improve, okay?
In very few words, Benji,
yes,
what would you tell someone who wants to join trading today?
All right. In very few words, please. Trading is one of the high income skills we have in the world currently, and it's one of the highest paying skill that you can ever have. Once you master that skill, it can take 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 3 years. But once you have that skill, no one can be able to take it away from you. And once you have it and you're ready and you have the capital, you can be able to make good amount of money. So number one, study. I usually tell people study. Even if you're in your 6th year, keep on studying the markets, because usually say the markets, they usually change every single second. How we used to trade during COVID time is not the same way we trade currently. We have changed our trading style. So keep on studying, keep on improving, keep on sharpening your edge, your skill. And at the end of the day, the disciplined traders are always going to win. So study about the markets, all right? And not just candlesticks. Study those hard trading strategies, because before you dwell into one strategy, you have to test almost all of them and see whatever works for you so that you can be able to now focus on it. Yes, so they keep on studying and they get into trading.
Where can people get Benji Kenya?
All right.
It's Benji Kenya. You said, no, it's not Benji Kenya. Benji FX.
Yes,
Global
Benji FX.
Inc.
Yes.
So
Share
Benji-
your socials.
Okay, Benji FX is online, ako kwa social media. Benji Kenya FX, actually, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok.
yes.
All right. Where else? I guess so.
WhatsApp, a community? Yes.
Yes, I have a community also, and you can also get into my community. We have almost similar trading strategy also with Nick, all right? And you can get me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Benji Kenya FX.
Your phone number?
Phone number is 0722-683-429. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Whenever I go to Eldoret, Benji will buy us meat and a Hennessy.
Yes. Yes.
Today you're going to do the same for him. Imekuwa amazing sana.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming and wish you all the best in your trading career, your family life.
Thank you.
And for the guys in Eldoret, this is the closest person that you can get to if you want to learn trading.
Mine is to echo what Mwalimu has said.
Yes.
So guys, don't forget to check our website. You can check a couple of events coming up at www.traderske.com. I'm so excited to say that. So until next time, the strait is now closed.
Bye-bye. Thank you.